Welcome, history seekers. Today we dive into the darkest, most twisted mind of the Roman Empire. For centuries, history has called Emperor Caligula a truly insane, delusional tyrant. They say his madness finally peaked when he commanded the mighty Roman army to attack the ocean waves. But what if this strange event was not clinical madness, but a stroke of brilliant, dark political genius? The year is 40 AD. The most powerful ruler on Earth stands proudly on the cold, dark shores of northern Gaul. Emperor Caligula leads an elite Roman legion, fixing his sharp gaze across the English Channel. His ultimate target is the mysterious, unconquered island of Britannia, hidden deep in dense fog. Yet instead of boarding massive warships to cross the sea, the emperor issues a truly shocking order. He commands tens of thousands of heavily armed soldiers to instantly draw their swords and form battle lines. They are not facing a human enemy today. They are ordered to ruthlessly attack the crashing waves. Artillery engines fire heavy boulders into the empty ocean, while soldiers stab the rising tide. Caligula has officially declared a full-scale military war against Neptune, god of the sea. Roman legionaries, the most disciplined fighters in the world, look around in pure, silent confusion. They plunge their heavy iron spears into the salty water, deeply humiliated by this absurd spectacle. To complete the bizarre and mocking victory, the emperor orders them to collect seashells as spoils of war. The grand Roman war machine is reduced to a pathetic group of men picking up shells on the beach. He proudly fills his gleaming golden helmets with these oceanic treasures to present to the Roman Senate. Why would the supreme commander of the known world orchestrate such a completely ridiculous comedy? For millennia, historians have pointed to this exact moment as undeniable proof of his madness. But history is often written by the surviving enemies, hiding the truth beneath thick layers of myth.
Are loyal to him.
Let us step back and carefully examine the traditional narrative told by ancient Roman historians. According to Suetonius, the emperor's fragile brain was severely damaged by a mysterious illness. Many modern scholars have suggested that he suffered from late-stage neurosyphilis or lead poisoning. This tragic sickness supposedly fueled an extreme case of unhinged absolute megalomania. The Roman Senate recorded that Caligula truly believed he was a living, breathing god on Earth. He demanded that his statues replace the sacred idols in temples across the vast Roman Empire. His court became a theater of cruelty, where human lives were truly, completely worthless in his dark eyes. Aristocrats lived in constant terror, never knowing if a simple misplaced word would cost their lives. The pinnacle of this rumored lunacy involved his beloved, majestic white horse named Incitatus. Legends claim the emperor provided his prized stallion with a grand marble stall and a golden collar. He supposedly planned to mock the government by appointing the animal as an official consul. If a man could treat a horse like a powerful senator, surely fighting the ocean makes perfect sense. Are we just consuming the exaggerated propaganda written by his bitter political rivals?
The legions will believe it.
To find the real truth, we must step outside the palaces of Rome and look at the geopolitical map. In the 1st century, the island of Britannia was a terrifying mystery to the civilized world. It was the absolute edge of the known universe, a dark, misty land filled with fierce tribal warriors. Caligula desperately needed a grand military victory to secure his very fragile political throne. Conquering the mythical British shores would elevate his status far above his illustrious predecessors. He amassed a massive army, marching them to the freezing coastline of the turbulent English Channel. The imperial fleet was ready to sail, but a massive psychological barrier stood in their way. Roman legionaries were practically fearless in ground combat, but they were deeply superstitious men. They firmly believed that crossing the treacherous ocean meant leaving the protective gaze of their Roman gods. Rumors spread through the camps about giant sea monsters lurking beneath the dark, freezing maritime waters. Whispers of vicious Druid priests practicing dark magic on the hidden island paralyzed the brave soldiers. As the brutal winter winds howled across the beach, a silent and dangerous mutiny began to erupt. The greatest military force on the continent flatly refused to step onto the wooden transport ships. Caligula was trapped in a devastating political and military dilemma on that freezing beach. If he retreated back to Rome without a glorious victory, his ruthless enemies would silence him forever. Ordering the severe punishment of his rebellious legions would instantly spark a massive civil war. He needed to crush their disobedience without destroying his own vital military combat strength. Physical punishment was impossible, so the emperor chose brutal psychological warfare instead. Roman soldiers valued personal honor and absolute military dignity far above their own lives. To refuse a direct order from their divine commander was an act of extreme, unforgivable cowardice. Caligula understood that the only way to break their stubborn will was to strip away that masculine pride. He officially declared that since they were completely terrified to fight the Britons, they would fight the water. By ordering them to attack the waves, he publicly exposed their deep fears and reduced them to foolish children. The artillery strikes against the ocean were not lunacy, but a deliberate, theatrical display. He made the elite legionaries look absolutely ridiculous in front of their commanding officers. As they slashed their swords into the salty foam, the painful reality of their severe punishment set in. The climax of this devastating psychological torture was the infamous collection of seashells. In Roman tradition, victorious soldiers were rewarded with enemy gold, weapons, and valuable slaves. By forcing them to gather shells, Caligula declared their worthless victory deserved literal garbage.
Gather them, my legions.
Imagine the deep shame of heavily armored combat veterans kneeling in the sand like obedient slaves. Their immense ego was completely shattered without a single sword strike from any barbarian army. Could any brutal punishment be more effective than completely destroying a proud warrior's dignity? The brilliant tyrant avoided a disastrous civil war through a masterstroke of manipulation. He proved to the rebellious legions his true authority could bend reality to his personal will. The legionaries humbly accepted their deep humiliation and marched back to Rome in total silence. Caligula constructed a towering lighthouse on the beach to permanently mock their cowardly failure. He returned to the capital, carrying large chests filled with ordinary seashells instead of British gold. Modern political analysts recognize this event as an advanced form of psychological crowd control. It mirrors the modern tactic of breaking an opponent's spirit through deliberate, intense public shaming. The historical accounts we read were crafted by wealthy senators who truly despised his absolute power. These aristocrats framed a brilliant strategic manipulation as the mindless act of a mad lunatic.
Stopped.
It was easier to brand him an insane monster than to acknowledge his brilliant political genius. By focusing on the ridiculous shells, they cleverly hid the dark reality of his ruthless control. Caligula understood that true imperial power relies heavily on the constant perception of fear. If he could force the greatest army to fight the ocean, no citizen would ever dare to defy his strict orders. His supposed madness was a highly calculated theatrical performance designed to assert complete dominance. The soldiers who returned from that miserable beach never spoke of mutiny or rebellion against him again. They carried the heavy psychological scars of their shameful submission long after the emperor was vanquished. Ultimately, the line separating true insanity from brilliant, ruthless leadership is remarkably thin. The sea campaign of Caligula remains a profound testament to the dangers of unchecked narcissistic rule. It proves history often misunderstands the complex, wicked strategies hidden behind seemingly crazy actions. When we look closely at ancient texts, the myth of the madman slowly dissolves into frightening reality. He didn't just fight the vast ocean, he fought the pride of Rome itself, and he emerged completely victorious. Caligula leaves us with a chilling reminder. The greatest weapon of any tyrant is the human mind itself. Caligula crushed a massive military rebellion without shedding a single drop of Roman blood. Was he a truly mad monster or a brilliant tactician? Share your profound thoughts in the comments right now. If you love uncovering history's dark secrets, hit that like button, share, and subscribe today.